2 words. Shiny Pokemon speedrun. You would think a shiny-only Pokemon playthrough would satisfy even the most ambitious Pocket Monster hunter in the land, and even a satisfiable video for the YouTubes. But after completing said task 4 times already, I was left to wonder, why was something as tedious and time-consuming as shiny hunting has never made it to the big leagues? Hell, I want to go fast. So I scoured the interwebs and found the best Pokemon game to attempt the fastest shiny-only Pokemon playthrough, other than Pokemon Let's Go, okay? We get it? It's a little overdone. We did it twice. You sound so hard. So I gotta ask, what mainline Pokemon game can we speedrun the fastest? The answer may surprise you. We gotta go fast. So we gotta go back to where it all started. And not the series, by the way. I'm talking about shiny Pokemon in Generation 2. The birth of the funny colored Pokemon. Hell, the birth of all colored Pokemon. Don't believe me?
This is not even a joke. This is a pretty big deal at the time. Just gonna have to take my word on it.
I mean, they look like this. That's disgusting, disgraceful, detergent! Sorry, the last one. I was just adding to my shopping list. Let's break down and attempt the fastest shiny-only Pokemon playthrough ever. After spamming the A button faster than a North Korean missile launch, and naming yourself and setting the date and time, it's time for Shiny Pokemon Hunt 1. This is a completely optional hunt. I guess if you ask me, you can just skip this, run into the grass, get a shiny Ho-Hoot. Hell, you can even get a shiny Noctowl, kind of like Ash. But I was aiming for the shortest in-game time possible, so I decided to hunt Cyndaquil. Well, why Cyndaquil, you ask? Other than being the best Gen 2 starter regardless, it's actually the placing the Pokeballs that matter. And thank Lord Arceus, that Chikorita abomination thing wasn't placed in numerical order, because this is where the challenge would have ended. I refuse. No, not today. I've seen some things, but that's just too far right there. That's the real shit, baby. Give it to me. If you stand and save right in front of Professor Elm here and look right at the Pokeball, you will save time upon each reset, because no, they couldn't just let you pick the Pokeball and check if it's shiny. That would be too convenient. They had to blast text and word bubbles at you, and we all know I can't read. You know, he's just assigning you the mission to save the pocket-sized world. That's all he's saying here. I mean, he may or may not have just said to go get a Pokemon egg. You know, I may have went a little bit overboard there, but save the world, collect an egg, same thing. I just play. I know what you may be thinking. Wait, hold on, R9. This can't be a fast shiny only. Resetting for a shiny starters would take weeks, days, and I usually never make it through them. They're bull. Why would I waste my beautiful life away doing this? You got a point there. It takes a certain type of person to do this. Unless maybe you just aren't built that way. But what if I told you this? Each reset only takes about 10 seconds. Mind blown! World disaster! Everyone posts a shiny only Pokemon Crystal. Unemployment levels are at an all-time high. Everyone is shiny hunting this holiday season. Look at that! I got a shiny Spooderman. Well, this 10 seconds reset is optional what kind of shiny hunter you are. If you want to do this completely legit on cart, you might want to use Pokemon Stadium 2 and a transfer pack to play this game on speed up. But you can also use this small trick to see even if you have a shiny chance. For the wall of text that Elm throws at you like a curveball in the 19th inning. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Don't know a single thing about baseball, unless we're counting Wii Sports. If you go nickname your Cyndaquil and it's a female, you can restart right there and then. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. That's just how Game Freak made it, okay? Don't look at me. Certain Pokemon IV stats that determine if they're shiny can only happen if they're not female in certain Pokemon breeds. And that makes it like a 5-second shiny check. Unless it's a male, and then you have to wait through the entire speech. It means on average, half of your shiny checks are only 5 seconds long before you can reset. Which is honestly not that bad. It makes it almost Gen 6 odds. Well, sort of not really though, because all those males that you are checking are 1 in 8,000. I think you get the point. Meaning just 6,000 resets will only take you 1,000 minutes. You know, just 16 hours, full odds. That's not terrible. I've reset for much longer and never got a shiny. Meaning it would only take you 22 hours if you have about average luck here. Minus nicknaming the females, of course. It can't be that bad. Still bad if you think about how slightly the difference is, but we finally get started. And this is by far the most difficult shiny in the run. I'm talking about real life time at least, not in-game time. So using our fully evolved shiny Quilava, we take down the entire Sprout Tower and the first gym leader Falk, and it's still not quite time for shiny number 2 yet. So if you're planning a badge quest, you're gonna have to wait at least 1 badge longer. Well, since Quilava's your only Pokemon on our team, and we're soaking up a lot of experience from every battle, being our only Pokemon, Bugsy is easily defeated, and even our rival for that matter. And even mentioned him until now, but who cares? He's just a whiny kid who cries about getting stronger anytime you see him. I understand you got daddy issues. Deal with them on your own time. With our rival time defeated, we head through the Elix Forest into Goldenrod City. It's time for our second easiest shiny Pokemon of this run. New to Generation 2 were both shiny Pokemon and baby Pokemon, as breeding was new to the series. And to help players understand this, in Pokemon Crystal, you will receive an additional egg. But this one is special. I mean, it's actually sort of odd. Well, just because the game calls it the odd egg, which will hatch 1 out of the 7 possible baby Pokemon introduced in the generation. But with a twist, there's also a total 14% chance of it being a shiny Pokemon. Naturally, this only took about 3 eggs for me. Big disclaimer here, you gotta remember, is you gotta save before you get the egg, and then hatch the egg in one save before resetting. The shiny Pokemon is determined when you pick the egg up. That's huge, so if you mess this up, it's not on me, I already gave you the disclaimer. I got the shiny Pokemon within 3 eggs, but I didn't even notice it because it was just such a ever so slightly different shade of yellow on a Lekid. So after 2 more eggs after that, we got a shiny Igglybuff. Not my personal pick. I know I would have took the Lekid any day of the week, but at least we can name this one H-God after one of the 5 Smash Gods. And what you see, his eyes are green, kind of like H-Box's Puff. Wears a green headband. No one cares, do they? I switch train around H-God here and head over to the 3rd gym, led by Whitney. Guarded by many people and memes alike, this is the Nuzlocke Ender. But we simply beat her with no problem with our overlevel starter, just like every other 6-year-old who plays this game for the first time. You have to respray bottle a tree. That isn't a tree, it's actually rock, a living Pokemon. That isn't shiny. We head over to Ecruteak City, where we will meet Bill and even follow him back to Goldenrod City, where we'll receive an Eevee. This is where things get a little bit complicated, so before receiving your Eevee, make sure to save. Not for a shiny Eevee, man. For a female one, rather. We can breed our shiny Quilava with an Eevee for a shiny Eevee, with only 1 in 64 odds if done correctly, thanks to how breeding and shiny Pokemon were chosen by the game's mechanic, as the parents pass down their IV stats down to their kids pretty easily in this game, and that's how a shiny Pokemon is determined. So as long as the shiny parents transfers its 10 special attack, speed, and special defense, and you make sure the female has the remaining attack IVs if possible. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not exactly sure how this works. I'm just giving you the abbreviated version. Personally, I used the shiny breeding guide on the interwebs. But regardless, this makes it a 1 in 64 odds of a shiny Pokemon, which means it's not so bad at all. Hatching Pokemon eggs in this game is a much larger task though. Eggs don't even appear so often, if you know what I mean. But if you follow the guide or even go a step further and get the shiny Ditto method, bringing in by Generation 1, making your Ditto transform into a shiny. Okay, it's a long process, I'm not gonna lie with you here, but there is a video on the internet. You can just breed any Pokemon with your shiny Ditto here for a 1 in 64 chance odds, in my understanding. But to put it in perspective, when we got our shiny Igglybuff, we only had about 3 hours of total in-game time at this point, as resets don't affect the game's clock. But this 1 in 64 odds chance still took 3 times more than our entire playthrough at this point. And that's a hell of a fun time right there. Oh, also when I got it, I didn't Mystic, since you know, Umbreon. But regardless, we finally have our 3rd shiny Pokemon team member, and we're on pace for a very fast time. We only have to do the breeding thing, although like 2 more times, so it's nice, then not so bad. Since the breeding process took so long and Quilava was there, it resulted in us having one of the most overleveled Quilavas ever. That's some Elite 4 level Pokemon right there. We could beat this entire game with this bad boy at this point. Let's assume you want 6 shiny Pokemon, and we'll continue collecting them right after we beat Morty. You all know Morty, right? You know, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty? Rick, and Gym Leader Morty? Nah? Kind of like the ghost gym leader who inflicts damage on himself. He's very into self-harm. We can now use Surf, head to by far the easiest shiny hunt for the entire game. Not so much of a hunt, basically just given to you in Generation 2 here, as every playthrough of Generation 2, whether it be Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, even Vietnamese Crystal, you encountered a guaranteed shiny Gyarados, a part of the story of the game. That's right, no fraction necessary, no 1 in 900,000 million billion, no 1 in Nintendo 64 odds. Just a simple, you get it, and that's all. Here it is. So we secure our shiny Gyarados, also known as Easy. Eh? That right there is the Canadian national Pokemon, right up there with Bidoof, Beartic, and Justin Bieber Timbits. We can now head over to the next gym just like that. Pretty simple. But hold up! Stop right there. Thank you very much. I made sure to go ahead and catch a Chinchou of the female variety and breed it with our shiny Gyarados for those spicy broken odds. But also made me think, you know, I'm not sure your Pokemon can be trusted with the daycare man and lady. You know, my fish didn't even make it into the pond. Seriously, it's right there. I'm surprised they lived long enough even to produce a shiny offspring. My Gyarados is just half buried in the sand. What kind of monsters are you guys? It was much less of a hassle as we meet Lit Fish. Yeah, I know what you're thinking right now. He's beautiful. Thank God we only have to do this one more time as this stands. I did, however, want to make sure our entire team wasn't just going to be carried by our starter Pokemon, so I made sure to train our boy Mystic into a lovely, Espeon. Yep, because, well, he's green. Gotta respect it. And honestly, I usually go Umbreon when I do these type of things. But as far as moves go, Espeon's got the moves in this generation. It's far more useful. Oh, and also, we got Jigglypuff. Yeah, it happened. Not much of an addition to the team. I mean, we'll just be lucky if it doesn't die. Our newly evolved Espeon and Typhlosion do a clean sweep of Chuck Norris's gym as we head back to the mainland now that we can use Fly. Even though none of our Pokemon can fly, despite our shiny flying type Gyarados that has no abilities whatsoever in the flying, we surf our way back to the Steel Gym leader, Jasmine. You may know her from Brilliant Diamond in one of the most pointless cameos of all times. Might as well have Peter Parker give you the waterfall of Generation 4. If you want to throw a curveball like that, what is this, Wii Sports? Battle, however, not that big of a problem at all. Mystic and Typhlosion once again quickly make work of this one. We also meet up with Lance, who hyper beams a human being in the face outside of battle. Yep, looks like you got everything under control. I'm just gonna head back over to the gym next door, you know, the 7th gym leader, and probably the most forgettable, Price. That again, Mystic Espeon and Typhlosion bounce off the wall. Like power bouncers, you know, where the Pikachu is trapped in the clear goo. Now that it's daytime again, because, you know, I haven't slept yet, you know, I'm just being a healthy human being and staying up all night till the sun rises. Don't take this as I stayed up 50 plus hours to do this run in one day. That didn't happen. Now with the sun up, we can catch a female Growlithe and breed it with our Typhlosion for a shiny doggo Arcanine. Well, let's be honest, it's just a novelty item at this point, because I'm not spending more time to train this thing. Although, since I was planning for this, I did take one of the NPC's numbers who encounters evolutionary stones for you and gives you a call when he finds them, landing us our Firestone. So at least it can be a useless Arcanine at bare minimum. Hey, participation medal fine for you, you bearded yellow doggo! Since we made our shiny team, nothing is stopping us from beating the game now. So here's our dream team going into the last gym battle here. Not that it matters, because, you know, Mystic single-handedly beat the entire gym, regardless of being paralyzed and only having 3 HP, leaving us only with the funny quiz. I'm not sure if it mattered, but I answered it how I assume the game wants me to, because I always tell people what you think they want to hear. Kids never tell the truth. And we head over to Victory Road for our final rival battle. I'm not gonna lie, all the previous ones didn't really matter because, you know, Typhlosion got the extra early daycare powers, blew right through him. But now the playing field's starting to get a little bit more even, so might as well mention this one. And even with the levels being a little closer, he still didn't stand a single chance. And I only used one Pokemon. You must have mistook me as a fool. Good luck with those daddy issues. Time for the final 5 trainers back to back. First up is Will the Psychic. And is that dude? He says it all right there. We're Mystic just simply Shadow Balls them all. The end. Koga? Not much of a ninja if you ask me. Other than the double team he did, didn't really seem like he used any ninjutsus, or any hand signs for that matter. But Mystic and Typhlosion had one hand sign for you. Thumbs up. Good job. Better luck next time, Kakashi. I mean, even Bruno was much worse. He just took the whole battle sitting down. No, literally. I don't even know if this guy's legs work anymore. Has anyone even seen this guy standing? Is he stranded on the floor? Oh well. I just beat him and moved on, I guess. I mean, Karen, on the other hand, actually made me use a little bit more Pokemon. Like Litfish, for example, and even Easy A. But that doesn't really mean it was difficult. I just wanted to change things up, and not that Flame Wheel would have just killed their entire team. Okay, you done? I can go complain to the manager. You know, you just got served. People even remember that being a thing, or... Final battle. It's the red-haired spiky man with a cape versus the preteen with a colored animal collecting problem. We open up with Litfish and spark away his non-red Gyarados, which is probably honestly more rare in this game at this point because, you know, most people don't use a blue Gyarados. In Generation 2 at least. And then he goes into Charizard with no fire, aka Dragonite. But Litfish isn't fit for the job, and we have to go into Mystic that destroys Dragonite, Aerodactyl, Dragonite with fire, and almost his last Dragonite before we suffer our first and final casualty, Mystic. Ugh, you lived a good life, pal. Really put the team on your back. Like, honestly, half of this team didn't do a thing. So we just end our journey, just how it started, with Typhlosion, who's been there for all the resets, all the eggs, everything we've hatched and had to deal with. And landing the final blow makes us the Pokemon champion after it only took us 85 hours. Okay, maybe that wasn't the most efficient shiny-only playthrough, but that was the fastest shiny-only time across all my playthroughs. I mean, honestly, Let's Go may have been a little bit less. I should probably check into that. I'd love to see if any of you guys have the cojones to take this on. And maybe shiny Pokemon speedruns can be a new category. I may have to end the shiny-only arc with a shiny-only Pokemon Arceus. That's only if you guys can reach the 5,000 likes that I said earlier. Make sure to check out my video on Clock Tower, as I've been R9, and I hope you had yourselves a damn good time.